Hey everyone, welcome to Generation Timothy. My name is Forrest Bryan, your host, and tonight is going to be a special moment. We have a special guest to share our conversation with you, our viewers, and I hope you'll be blessed. Let's dive in. All right, my guest, our viewers, our listeners would like to know a brief introduction of who you are. Would you please tell us about yourself?
Firstly, thank you, Mr. Forrest, for inviting me on this program Generation Timothy. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you very much. My name is Maiga Jesse Chirabo. I'm a minister at Afayo Bible Church. I'm a worshiper. I'm a youth at Afayo. I love serving the Lord. I'm passionate about serving the Lord. I'm 21 years old, and I'm planning to pursue a bachelor's in medicine and surgery.
Oh wow! Hope you've heard him. Everything now you know at least a little bit about him. So tonight we would like to dive into our topic, and our topic for tonight is going to be what does it look like to be redeemed, transformed, and then serve. Okay, so as we dive into this topic, please be prepared to hear from Jesse, our guest, sharing his life experience. And please, would you learn something, pick something that will work for you, that will inspire your soul, that will inspire your walk with Christ. Let's move on. Yes, Mr. Jesse, our viewers would like to know, uh, can you just share a little bit about your life before Christ? What were your passions, your goals back then?
Uh, what I can remember, my life before Christ was a jumbled story. It was a mess. Uh, my priority was enjoyment. A little story about my life before Christ. Uh, I received Jesus, I confessed to Jesus when I was 17 years old. And I remember I was in senior three. So I was escorting my sister to the church. So when we reached church after service, the pastor said, those who have not yet received Christ as their personal savior, so I raised up the hand because I was the only one. So I don't know even how I raised up the hand. So after I confessed, but from that moment, I think I never took it serious. I never put Christ into action. I never accepted him in heart. So I was 17, 18. At that age, it is when I had first got my smartphone. And then I was in senior 3 to senior 4. That age, you feel like an adult. You're clocking 18. So everything that you have been seeing adult doing, you're going to start to do them. So I remember I was in senior 4, so they had sent us some school fees to go home and pick school fees. And then we were with my friends, so they told me we go and get a drink before going back home. I thought we were going to just have sodas. So we went to a certain place. I think it was a bar. So when we reached, they ordered bottles of beer.
Oh, my.
It was my first time to taste a full bottle of beer. I don't remember the type, but I felt it was sweet. It changed me, it hyped me. So that is when I started taking alcohol. But my parents even didn't know. So from there I was addicted to alcohol.
Just a little bit. Let me cut you short a little bit. Someone who is watching us would like to know, by the time your friends take you to a bar to taste liquor, were you excited about it? Is it something that you've been waiting for, or you just wanted to explore one?
As I told you, at that age I was at an exploring age. Like I was eager to taste how does it feel to be drunk. So also me, I couldn't resist. And after testing it, I just started the journey. I just started the race. I felt like I should run and complete it. So it became my personal drink. Uh, so I was still continuing with the story. So I continued taking alcohol 18 years. No one can refuse you to take alcohol. I was influenced with my friends who used to make parties after school in holidays. And in those parties, you take alcohol. You do some crazy, crazy things. Things that feel to the world that it is enjoyment. It is swag. It is the trending. So here comes in senior 4. We were about to do our UNEB. I think it was in first term. So students used to stay in dorm. They used to take drugs. There were cookies, some sorts of cookies, and some used to smoke at night. And when we used to stay in dorm during lesson, during preps, so I used to see them, and I saw some hyping in them, even during, after taking them, hyping in them. They were so high. It felt funny, and they used to call it a trend. So also me, I wanted to join a trend. Remember, I'm in the age of exploring everything. I want to test, I want to see what happens when I take this, what happens when I do this. Guess what? I so started taking some cookies. Oh my God. It was the best.
Wait. Someone who is watching us would like to know. You're mentioning about cookies, and you talked about drugs and then cookies. Cookies, normal cookies, or there was something inside the cookies?
As I told you before, these cookies, they get marijuana. I think they are marijuana leaves. They grind in them, even the water they use to make the cookies. It is for marijuana. So it is a drug itself. But just because it is school and they want to bring it in school in a form that is
Acceptable.
legal, acceptable, yes, thank you. In a form that is acceptable, so they make those cookies for the students. And it is most commonly in students in schools. Even at universities, you find them. They call them, I think they call them cookies.
Yeah, so Jesse, I'm getting more curious. I want to know more, and our viewers would like to hear more. Some parents could be watching us, and they would like to know what is really taking place inside schools. So, did the school know that these cookies had some content of drugs in them, or the school never noticed that?
If you did not test, if you could not test the cookies, you could not know. So I think they didn't know. They thought they were edibles. They were eats students used to bring.
So now, how were students? I mean, the question I want to ask is, were there a certain group of people who would sell these cookies, and other students knew that now whoever sells these cookies, they are drugs? Or anyone could just buy unknowingly and they take the cookies and they get high?
If you are not in the group, you know, in schools, if you move, mostly secondary schools, they are what we call legit groups. I mean, they take themselves to be the legit of the schools, to be the seniors. So those guys, like, it was their trending symbol, like their trending character. So a normal student, a focused student, could easily not notice that they take them in school. Also, me before in senior 3, senior 2, I was blank. But after wanting to be among those guys, like want to be among the trading group in school, among those elite guys, so it is when I started also taking.
All right, all right. This is so interesting. If you're watching and you know about this stuff, the stuff is explaining, I do believe 100% that these things are still happening in our schools.
Yes. So the thing was, it was very hard if you just come out of the blue and say you want to buy from that person. Because first of them, it was illegal to the school. So they were doing it secretively. So in order to buy from them or to get from them, you would first get very closely to them, very closely, and you could be like, you could be a close friend to somebody in that group.
Oh, so Jesse, here you're trying to say these groups could do all possible ways to try to stay unnoticed.
Unnoticed, yes.
Okay, so whoever was in the business of buying and selling, it was a certain gang known. I mean, they knew each other.
Yes, they knew
All right,
each
so
other.
here I want to bring in something else. All right, you mentioned about alcohol. Now these
Yes.
drugs, cookies. What are some of the other things that you experienced? Did you experience anything else outside the school life that was messing up your life before you became a Christian? Someone
So,
would like to know outside the school
as I
life.
told you before, I was exploring. So after getting addicted to alcohol, also adding in some cookies as drugs, so I felt that this was my part of life. So also I started attending to certain parties during the holidays, and those parties, girls, boys, some crazy things. We had groups, WhatsApp group, and it was only nonsense on the WhatsApp groups. Really, the life was very unserious. It was toxic. And even outside school, during holidays, it was the same life. Even there is a moment where we went with my brothers, we went to the club. So even I had started spreading the vice to the brothers. Yes.
So Jesse, your story is interesting, and we would like to explore the whole of it, and it's not going to be explored during this one session. We shall host you again. But before we finish up with this session for today, I would like to ask you something. How successful were you in hiding all these vices from your parents? Because you were not mentioning about your parents one day catching you and finding you that you are doing this. How?
I think my parents knew that I was taking alcohol, but cookies they did know, because this was mostly done at school. It was mostly done at school. This is when I mostly used those cookie drugs. But alcohol, my father is not a Christian, he's not a born again, so he felt it free. But my mom was already converted. He was already born again, so it was an abomination to her. So she used to tell me, didn't you confess to Jesus? Didn't you give your life to Jesus? Why are you still taking alcohol? And I was saying, nywako katini, I take little. Yeah, omulembe mulongo, something like that.
Get you. Okay, so Jesse, now, like our topic, like the topic is redeemed, transformed, and then walk with Christ. So we are seeing a Jesse,